Hi, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. So, what happened was, my eczema flared up, so I've been itching for like, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes because of the heat. It sort of aggravates it, but the moisture helps my hands quite a bit. So I'm like, my hands, I'm like dying or whatever. So I was itching my hands, and then I finally put the cream on, and then it's like a soothing, like prickly feeling almost. That's the only, like, it felt like slight prickles, but not a bad prickling, but like it was like lotion or whatever, soothing my sores. So yeah, I'm like, finally. Anyways, I'm heading over to the storage unit. I'll probably go like once a week. Sunday I closed. Not Fridays, because I'm out late. I will be out late instead of like closing. And then, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be, one sec, working late those days. So it's kind of hard to do that stuff. Oh yeah, so McDonald's. This McDonald's, I remember in the city of C for Charlie, it was so bad. It was even listed on Facebook. Like, it was sorry, people were made posts like, hey, like, you know, it's one of the worst parking lots in the city of C for Charlie. And this construction company I mentioned to you a few weeks ago, they were like doing the pavements or like doing the roads and like fixing it up. And like right now they're actually redoing the McDonald's parking lot. And I noticed they didn't do it all at one time. I think they might be open 24/7, or like they're open at like, McDonald's is. They're open at like, no, I think they said 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. So they're open like long hours, like really long hours. And because of that, they are, right now, the construction crew is doing like, they digged up part of the road, and then they are now like repaving that part of the road. So yeah, it was it's like, hey, it's like the, you know, the main city where it's like so bad and rocky, and now it's like, oh my goodness, this air conditioner feels good on my hands. Yeah, so anyways, it was like so bad and rocky that it's like, okay, it's just no. Like, just no. It was kind of well known. So yeah, they are now doing that, and honestly I would have to say that it's taking longer than some of the roads, because the roads they got done in, like, one part of the road was done in like a day, and then this case it's taking them like 2-3 days in order to work on the pavement of McDonald's. And I think that's because they're doing it in sections, instead of all at once, because if they did it all at once they could get done, but then McDonald's wouldn't be able to operate for like 2-3 days at least. And in this case, because they're not doing that, they're like doing it, yeah, because they're not doing that part, but they're instead doing like parts of it. It's taking 2-3 days. Or sorry, they would probably be out of business for like 2 days, but because they're doing it in sections, it's taking like probably like 4 days or so. It looks so much better. It looks like if I chose to, I I think by tomorrow, because they started late shift, I noticed, and just tearing it up. But yeah, it looks a lot better. I honestly really like this construction crew because maybe the management of the construction crew. Because I was talking to one person and they're like, yeah, they live in like the city here. Yeah, I was talking to them and they're like, yeah, they live in the city here, and because they live in the city here, it's some of them live in the city here, but I think like the owner / management is from Kentucky, I think, or somewhere. I forget exactly where. He's not from here. And so like they're, from what I can tell, like very, very efficient. I really admire that. They're like, all right, we're gonna go ahead, get everything done, bam, bam, and it's done. So yeah, I personally really appreciate it. It's very impressive overall. So yeah. But yeah, as for what happened today, so I texted my friend. I was like, I'll be ready in about like 3 hours, and it's like, okay, I should be done about 2 or so. Well, no, that did not happen. What ended up happening was that I texted her and like I was like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch any movie? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay. And I like texted her some more and like nothing. And I'm like, okay. And like a part of me honestly was freaking out because I'm like, dude, like we made plans and now you're just like blowing me off. And I'm like, what did I do? Like we said, I thought we were okay and cool from last time that we hung out. I'm so confused. Seriously, I'm like, I am so confused by what happened. And like I was like, hey, what about this or whatever? No answer. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? And then I let her know that, hey, I'll be hanging out with another friend tomorrow. And I'm like, just let me know whenever you want to hang out again. She's like, okay. And I'm like, what did I do? I was slightly proud of myself because most of the time I freak out a lot more than I actually did. And inwardly I was freaking out because I'm like, dude, like we made plans and then you just ghosted me. Like, what the heck? I think I might take a different route on the way back. There's construction happening on the highway, and I noticed part of the highway, it was way backed up by like several miles. Yeah, I was like, at first, for a little while, I was sort of freaking out because, like, I'm not a fan of people canceling on me. Now, if they're like, I don't want to hang out, that's fine. Like, I understand. Or, like, but don't, like, I'm not a fan of people canceling. And so I was like, what in the world happened? Like, she just did not respond at all. So yeah, that happened over a few hours, and I sent her a text message here and there, and like finally I got an answer just in regards to like, yeah, we can do something later. Okay. That was like at 6 o'clock or so, I think. I could be wrong. But I was like, this is ridiculous. Oh shoot, and we're backed up again. And I don't know why. Because it's already 10 o'clock, so, or about 10, so, yeah, I don't know what happened. I have semis all around me. Okay, so as long as everybody is cool and, like, a semi-truck doesn't come, like, running through like a wrecking ball, I'll be okay. Mentally and emotionally, and, yeah. I wonder what's going on. Oh boy. We're all moving north. Okay, cool. This means that a road is closed off. But yeah, overall, like, what was I saying? Yeah, so that was canceled. So I ended up just roaming around. I did finally donate some stuff. Car accident, I think. I see a cop out there. I did finally donate some items to, I donated to Stupot. I think it was called Stupot Community. So I donated that, and then after that, there's like, how many? It's a car accident? Alright, let's count the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 or so vehicles, at least. 2 cop cars, a fire truck, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 vehicles actually in the car accident. So my guess is that some of the people like stopped and helped out or witnessed what happened, and so hence why all those vehicles, like the 7 or so or 6, because oh crap, there's a piece of like a vehicle bumper, I don't know what, like down the roadway. But yeah, basically a truck, the front of a truck had crashed into a minivan, and they were like, that was the only actual damage to a vehicle that I saw. My guess is that everybody else was like witnessed what happened, but they might not have been directly involved with whatever happened. So hence why all those vehicles there. That's my guess. So yeah, that was canceled. Tomorrow, so far, I don't believe it's canceled. They asked me what time I would be available. I told them after 11 a.m. so that way it gives me enough time to like get ready, enjoy life, all that jazz, wake up. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then I know that basically he knows that I'm moving, so he's like, you want to hang out one last time? Sure, dear sir, sure. And then basically what it is that he works occasionally on films, and because of that sometimes he's working and then other times he has free time. So hence why, oh my goodness, yawning. Hence why he was like, yeah, I can come hang out. And so he's like, I'll go ahead and travel. Okay, cool dude. So yeah, hence why he's coming up here. it was more so a set guarantee versus today. Today was a complete flop, and I'm just like, I wish more people were even if they weren't interested in another person, they would be more so willing to follow through with what they were saying, with what they said that they would do. That way it's like, hey, no surprises, and it doesn't make me anxious. Or, yeah, that they actually follow through with what they said that they were going to do. So yeah. I think that's about it. Or to grab some food at the house, since there's food there. Oh, some of the things I did today. So I ended up going to the library, and then I saw a guy who had suggested, or felt as though he was suggesting, that we meet up for sex, and I'm just like, no, sir. Him and I have not talked since I mentioned about threatening someone else's job. And so, which is good, because I'm like, I don't want to be involved in this at all. Like, nothing. So yeah, we have not talked, and I really don't want to talk to him. What else is there? So I went to the library. I also took a shower, applied for a couple of jobs. Looked at some jobs. And then what else was there? Went to Starbucks. I had a couple of gift cards. I was like, you know what? I really need to use these. I have a wide variety of random gift cards. Well, not wide variety, but I just have gift cards, and I'm like, I really should use these gift cards. So I went ahead and used one gift card, and it had $2 on it. So yay, I finished using that, and then everything else I paid out of pocket. So I'm like, So yeah, I went ahead and got, it's the butterfly drink. It's technically an energizer, or not an energizer, energy drink or whatever. And I was like, I don't need to stay up all night, just no. So I told them no caffeine, light ice, got that, and then yeah, so I ended up getting that, and then what else did I end up doing? And I enjoyed the coconut milk portion. I think there was another portion I enjoyed. Was not my favorite drink. Oh, I liked the bubbles that was in it. It was actually kind of tasty. It was not my favorite, but it was still tasty. I found that they have a lot of matcha drinks at Starbucks now. They have matcha lavender, which I tried that combination for the first time when I was in New Orleans. Because they have lavender. It seems to be a huge thing over in Oregon. But yeah, so I ended up trying that. I tried matcha lavender, which is amazing. What else? I may try another drink in the future. I don't know. What I'm gonna try and do is go on an adventure every so often, just for the fun of it. And that way it keeps me stimulated, instead of being I'm bored and turning to mush, basically. So yeah. Oh yeah, and that one thing where it listed the different things I'm enjoying, it sounds like it's stuff that has happened with you and your significant other, or fiance. You and your fiance, silly me. It's not just significant other. It's significant other to the point that it's a fiance. Where like you and your fiance have experienced some of those memories of just like getting ice cream and then ended up getting sticky fingers and laughing about it and like enjoying life like that. So yeah, that's nice. One thing that I'm excited about is to get a place, like my own place, my own apartment, and like unpacking everything, and also spraying down my windows and cleaning them off because they're dirty again and I can't see very well. Like it's like instead of just window, like, you know, the light shining on me, it's actually kind of blinding me almost. So there's dirt everywhere and I'm just like, I can't see. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to do that. As long as I don't kill you, doggy, you can go ahead and run beside me. Oh, good, he is here. Okay. So, yeah, overall, like, what was I saying? Yeah, so the bubbles at the bottom I enjoyed. The drink itself is okay. I may try a different one in the near future. So, yeah. So Tuesday, hanging out with friend. Wednesday, what I may end up doing Wednesday is instead of like, oh shoot, that is a church day. Can I do anything? Oh, Wednesday, what I could do is like, I'll walk to Planet Fitness and I'll get stuff done. And then after that, I'll go over to church. I can walk over to church and enjoy church service. So yeah. But that's, anyways. So that's good, especially that you're enjoying life and you're making good, enjoyable memories. Yeah, for me, I'm just excited to be like, get an apartment, like my own place. This is going to be weird, I think, maybe. And then basically get my own place. I may end up getting 2 jobs. And then once I have my own place, like unpacking everything. So that part I am definitely most excited about because then I can go ahead and throw blankets everywhere and pop a lot of popcorn, for example. And I have so many bags of popcorn. In fact, I started eating this. Like, I have a lot of bags of popcorn, and I have this. So, yeah, overall, I definitely have a lot of popcorn. Oh, I need to get water. I have no water to do so. I can probably pick it up tomorrow. I'll pick it up tomorrow, I think. So, yeah, I think it'll melt sometime tonight, especially with the heat and the humidity. I'll give it a couple more hours. So anyways, yeah. yeah, donate some items. I called a lady, and I think earlier today she got back in touch with me. So, you know, the lady that I was an au pair for, and I was like, this is a nightmare to work with her. Well, I realized that basically she got married, and to this guy, didn't really know a lot about him, but I was like, okay, you know, he's decently dressed. And I mean, like, he dressed professionally. Yeah, he dressed professionally overall, and it's like, okay, like, he looks nice or whatever. He worked out on a regular basis. He's like super picky too. Um, One sec. Okay, good. He's also super picky. What I mean by that is, like, he wants things a certain way, and he does not like it if things are not a certain way. Instead of, like, I really appreciate you that you're very, very flexible. Um, just to let you know. And I know a lot of, just FYI, I know a lot of guys are very flexible, but like, I didn't realize how picky he was until went and visited her, I think for my birthday a few years ago, before she got pregnant. And like, he was upset that we cut the cake before he had the first piece. And it was like the day or two after his birthday. And I'm like, yeah, I can already see where this marriage is heading. Like, honestly, I can. She may not see it. She may be like, she enjoys this kind of dynamic where he goes ahead and he does this or he does that. And he sort of like is super organized or overly organized, and like where things are set a certain way. But I'm like, I already see where this marriage is going because my mom is like that. And I'm like, I already know exactly where this is going. I'm like, and I think I told you about it too. This was like in 2022, 2023, something like that. And I'm like, I know exactly where this marriage is going. I'm like, it's basically going to go where basically she will get tired of it. She will become bitter because of it. And like, at first, I think she was very happy in the marriage. And then as time has gone on, like his behavior and personality has influenced her. So if things are like not done according to how he wants them, he'll start complaining and then he'll take charge. And then also like, he'll want things a certain way, and she like wants things a certain way, and so he'll end up like during an argument, for example, he went ahead and insulted her, or like, yeah, I think he like called her a name or something, and I was like, what in the, like, what? And so in this case, she ended up deciding that they complement each other well, and I'm just like, this is not a, like, no. Because again, I knew where this was going. Like, whenever, like, I visited, like, what was, like, whenever he was upset that, like, we cut the cake before he had the first piece. And I'm just like, this is not healthy. And so, yeah, I just know. But anyways, I feel bad for her. And she's like, they have a son now. They said that they want 3 kids, but I'm like, if you have 3 kids, he's going to lose his mind. Like, really. Like, I can only imagine what kind of, like, mental and emotional damage those kids are going to go through. I remember growing up, and basically me and my sister, we didn't leave our rooms because it's like, I know she's going to complain or something else like that, or get on to us about something. And it's like, why? Like, just why would we subject ourselves to this kind of behavior? So, yeah, I'm just like, no, just no. Um, yeah, I feel bad for her. Like, I wish this was more melted. I should have said no ice. I said light ice, and like, yeah, that. Even though it feels like plastic, it says it's biodegradable and not to put it in hot drinks. So I'm wondering if I put it in hot drinks, that would melt. These poppers, they're mango, and they're also, I remember them, like, having them, not the mango ones, but the poppers. I remember having them in frozen yogurt, and it's so good. I personally am a huge fan. But yeah, so anyways, all that being said with that rant, what it was that, so my friend's mom, like, I remember she really enjoys audiobooks. And so what it is that I listened to all these audiobooks for, like, whenever I was traveling, and then also whenever I was back, like, moved back here. And it was, an hour one way, an hour back. I listened to all these audiobooks, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with them now? And so what I may end up doing Wednesday, I may go over to the other library, going through the books, because they didn't actually check in some of the books. So technically I have $100 fine on my library card, and I'm like, I returned the books. They just never checked them in. What it was that they hired a new guy who apparently has never been inside the library before, because basically he never checked the books in. And because he never checked the books in, like, if you don't return a library book, it accumulates a fine. So because of that, the books are no longer in the system. He went ahead and took the library books and just put them back on the shelf instead of actually checking them in. And so hence why I have over $100 fine. And I'm just like, thanks, kid. I can't check out any books. I can't check out audiobooks. And I'm like, this wasn't my fault. So I'm basically going to go through there and spend probably all day Wednesday. They close at 5, so I'll leave at 5. Spend all day Wednesday going through those books and seeing if I can find any of those books. Because I'm like, this wasn't my fault. Like, you need to take this off of your records. So I think they open at like 8 or 9. So I'm going to basically go in there at, I don't know. I think this morning I woke up, was ready to like move around by 8:30 or 8. So probably on Wednesday, I'm going to go through and just look, and then after that, just go through and, what am I going to do? Yeah, that's basically what I'll do Wednesday. These poppers are good, and I won't be going to Starbucks anytime soon. I have a gift card for cups, so I'm going to try that probably next week. I'm trying to space it out so that way I don't use it all at one time and then be like, where are my treats? Where's my fun stuff? So, yeah. I also have a gift card for a free drink at a church. I don't know what time their services are, but this Sunday I work at 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. I may end up staying from like 11 a.m. until like 1 a.m. because sometimes the manager who I work with, he goes ahead and works late. So we'll see. Like he asked me last time, hey, you want to stay? And I was like, sure. I'm like, I don't work tomorrow, so I could totally stay. So like he invites me to stay late. I enjoy working with him because he's like, if we don't leave, so we close at, let's say on Sundays at 12. Sometimes we'll leave by like 12:15. One time we left, like we were supposed to be done by 2. We ended up leaving, I think, by 3. But that was because, like, nothing was taken down. Everything had to be cleaned. So it's like, okay, it wasn't due to his negligence. It was because he came in at 10 and, like, nothing was taken care of. So we had no choice. But other than that, like, let's say we close at 12. We're supposed to leave by 1. Like, this past Sunday, we left by, like, maybe 1:10, 1:15. And I'm like, you know what, sir? Like, we're leaving slightly after 1, but it's not like every single time we're leaving at an hour after we close. It's like sometimes we leave early, like super early, like, 15 minutes after we're done, after we close. And then other times we leave at like, most of the time we leave like right about 1. And I appreciate that. Like, I really, really do. So I'm just like, I'm happy to work with you some more. But yeah, so $100 fine. That's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm gonna see if I can try and find those books, especially since it wasn't my fault. So anyways, back to the other thing. So what was it? Yeah, so I was talking to a lady, and the au pair lady's mom. I was talking to her. I was like, oh yeah, so the reason why I called and texted her, and I was like, hey, it's me. I called and texted her, and I basically was like, yeah, basically, what was it? Yeah, I called and texted her. I was like, yeah, basically I have a lot more audiobooks to give you. And I was like, did you want them? And so she has those audiobooks. So I gave her like some of the other audiobooks I listened to. And then I have a lot more audiobooks that I already listened to. So I'll be sending those to her either tomorrow or Wednesday. And then I also have some stuff from my dad because he forgot some stuff, and then also he has mail that was delivered here. And so I'll be sending all that to him because, like, it's my parents, it's not mine. And then, yeah, so I'll be sending that to her because it's like, well, I have audiobooks, why not? The other idea also is, if I wanted to, is that I could turn on the car, like, not for the gas, but for the battery, and basically just listen to audiobooks. But on the other hand, I do have my phone. So, oh yeah, I added over 120 songs or so. And so also I have other videos and such, so I can like listen to the songs and go back and forth between songs and songs and other stuff that I have found on YouTube. So it's a toss-up of what I could do. But yeah, thankfully I have like audiobooks, and she can listen to them. It sounds like where she's staying at right now, I don't think she's staying in an apartment right now, but it sounds like where she's staying at right now, she actually has a CD player, and so she'll be able to listen to a lot of the audiobooks during that time, and just like, yeah, she'll be able to listen to the audiobooks, so at least she has time. Yeah, where I'm moving to, I will more than likely take some audiobooks because I'm like, what else am I going to do? Like, I need to kill time, so Yeah. Those things are good. I like the poppers. So, yeah. But I did want to say, thank you for, what was it? I'm glad you're one of those guys who are flexible. And I know I am fully aware there are plenty of guys out there who are flexible. I'm glad that you're one of those people who are flexible, with, like, what people do, within reason. Like, definitely within reason. And it sounds like overall you're learning and you're being able to enjoy life even more so. So that overall I would have to say is, yeah, wonderful news. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you that you're enjoying life, especially now. And also, I'm glad that you're a guy who's very flexible with life. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna go inside and take care of stuff. So, yeah, talk to you later. Bye.